Dre. I wouldn't believe my eyes if I told myself 8 years ago that my mom found us a man who stepped up to raise us. And not so far, you brought us another brother along with you. You raised me as I was your own and knew what to teach me. I have learned so many lessons from you. You have been to all my games, concerts, and competitions. You have helped me get past tears and to throw them away to find my strength. I love you, and I'll always be your princess. Love you, kids. I love y'all. Andre James, will you?
What's going on, my good people? Welcome back to the Mother Freaking Channel. If this is your first time stopping by the crib, let me first say what's up. I'll be your host, Roberto, the internet favorites uncle. I got a good one for y'all today. I think I do these kind of videos more for my own self-healing. If you've been following me for any length of time, if you heard me run my mouth about me not having a biological father, or I had a biological father and a stepfather, but neither of them, in my opinion, showed up and showed out for me in my life. So I think I do these kind of videos as a reminder that to myself, to be that way to my sons and to my kids. I hope all of my wife and our kids are grown, but I hope I was that kind of example. Anyway, in some way, shape, or form, I hope I was able to impart life to the young men that God entrusted me to, and the young women that God entrusted me to. But nevertheless, I think I do these videos from a place of need, a needy place. But before I get into my trauma, let's go ahead and jump into this video. Let me know what y'all think about this one, and do me a favor, if you like this video, on your way out, hit that subscribe button. Let's go.
I waited 2,555 days for this moment. Frank, will you be my dad?
I love you with everything that I have. The day when we brought the adoption thing up and the reaction was the best day of my life. Seeing how excited you were, seeing all those things, and I promised you that I would get it done. It's taken a long time, but I have the paperwork here, signed by the judge, September 26, 2020. Yeah!
That's amazing.
I love you.
God sent happened to me. When I was 1.5 years old, something happened to me. God sent me a real dad to me. I knew from the very first time I saw you who you were. You just didn't know. You kept me when I was sick, took me to my first day of school, taught me how to ride a bike. You taught me how to count. You correct me when I was wrong and picked me up when I was down. I know that we were supposed to be father and son. People even say I look like you. Dad, I have been your child in love since I remember, but I want to be your son illegally. Will you please adopt me?
Why don't you careful open it up. There we go. I want you to read it.
I'm going to be adopted.
We love you, sweetheart. We'll always be your parents.
I love you so much. And so I wanted to ask you if we're anybody you thought must be.
Bless.
Why are you videotaping this?
God bless. God bless.
Okay, what?
God bless.
You taught me.
Oh!
Sterling Madison Dunnigan layout.
Every time at your birthday party, it was priceless. I never knew that you really need to become a man when you have children. I know that I'm the father figure to you both. And y'all call me dad. But I want to make it official and ask, and I got you.
Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Yo, this last clip is beautiful for a bunch of different reasons, but the first thing that came to my mind, I like the way that he asked to adopt them, but then he dropped to one knee, almost as an honor. And I think that, you know, I see a lot of women now proposing to men, and I just think it's disjointed. Because when a man knows what he wants, he gonna go after it. Like I think I've said this throughout my lifetime, maybe 1,000 times. Like as a man, when I know I want, like I wanted my wife, it was a wrap. Like she didn't have to second guess. We didn't have no long engagement. We didn't. No. I think within a short amount of time I proposed, and an even short amount of time we were married. But anyway, but I think this teaches that these young princesses a lesson in valuing themselves and how a man ought to approach them as they grow older. So that last clip was, to me, was just freaking phenomenal. Overall, I want to shout out all these men, because as we all know, being a parent is probably one of the most challenging jobs on the planet. And I don't want to say job as it's some type of horrible chore, but it definitely takes a consistent amount of energy and freaking effort, 1,000%. And in many of these cases where you see the parent or the child asking the adult to adopt them because the father did such a freaking amazing job and he was there and being consistent, I think that the reason why we see all these men crying, and I've done videos where I've been bawling on camera crying over these videos, because it's one of them things where it shows appreciation. Like, Dad, I see you. That word dad, D-A-D, is such a powerful word that I've heard it in my lifetime because I have kids, but I have never used it in my lifetime. And so I do videos like this as a reminder to myself that is possible. That whatever my biological father and stepfather issues were, none of that had to do with me. But that there are men on the planet who are committed. And I do videos like this because I just think in general, we as a society need to applaud every man's effort and energy that he's putting out into this world and dumping that kind of love into his kids. Freaking beautiful, y'all. I think it's freaking amazing. I think it's as a matter of fact, I'm gonna go on record to say this. I feel a sense of calling. Let me say it like that. Over the next couple of months into next year, I feel a sense of calling to step my game up when it comes to acknowledging our men. And I'll be the first to say, like, I've said this 1,000 times. This is not to pigeonhole myself, but I grew up black. That just is what it is. I grew up black, African American, in the inner city. But I'm gonna play y'all a video on the way out. This video God helped me change my perspective on some things that when we start talking about men and fatherhood, I had to open my eyes a little bit wider, because that all dads are putting this kind of work in. But I'm gonna play a video on the way out that I've shared before. But I think the video in and of itself is so freaking powerful. It's a constant freaking reminder that we need to keep honoring my brothers, my kings. It's not to belittle the women, but I've said this 1,000 times, that when a man plays his position as king properly, the queen always benefits. And that is the end goal to all of this. There's so many broken relationships on both sides, men and women, on both sides of the fence, that we tend to want to tear each other down as opposed to uplift. On this particular platform, I'm doing my best to uplift both. I have a video coming later on this week that strictly for moms. But this one today is for my brothers. And so I salute you, King. As always, I'm proud of you. You keep pushing, you keep grinding. Trust me, I get it. Things get rough and things get tough, but the end is only there if you give up. I salute you. Do me a favor. If y'all like this video, let me know what y'all think about this video down in the comments, all right? And I'm going to play a video on the way out. With that being said, I'll see y'all in my next video. I truly appreciate you guys. Peace.
RBBTV, big voice for the people, that's RBB. Laughs, lessons, real talk, energy. Robert Ball at TV, it's the place to be.